to the 12 days of Christmas. Today is day 3 French hens. And unlike the rest of my family, I'm not going to sing the 12 days of Christmas, but you can hum along if you want to. But know that there are certain things that you can do for Christmas, the Christmas season. It's so fun, you guys, but you need to make it fun. And it will be fun when you make the main thing, which is the birth of Jesus Christ. You know, so many people get so caught up in this other stuff, presents, Santa Claus, boo, hiss, and all these other things that they don't really enjoy the season. But when you say, okay, we're going to celebrate the birth of Jesus, and I'm going to still focus on Jesus, I'm going to have my family focus on Jesus, and because of that, you'll get the presents wrapped, you'll get the presents bought according to your budget. Everybody loves it when I say that. Don't go all out. You don't have to be stressed out at Christmas. You can make it fun, and God will help you. So, if you're not the most creative person in the world, and we're still early and we can still do some of these things, I want to let you know of some really fun things that we did as a family and I've done over the years, and so you can do them too. So you might make a note of some of these things that you would like to try. The first one is to bake Christmas cookies together. Now, I know that some of you aren't bakers, but you know, there's some really easy recipes, and you can get on the internet and you can find some really good recipes that are simple. Now, one of the things that I like to do is to get with family or friends and have them come over and kind of have a group project and bake the cookies and have various kinds of cookies. It's just so fun. I like the snowball ones, hint, hint, the snowball ones that are covered in, I guess, powdered sugar, and they're almond with pecans or walnuts inside. Those are real good, and those are real easy. And then I really like sugar cookies. Now, I know some of the sugar cookie recipes are kind of complicated. You have to make it up, and then you have to put the dough in the refrigerator, and it has to be there 2 or 3 hours. And then you bring it out and you try to roll it out, and it can be kind of complicated. And then if you don't roll it at the correct thickness, then your cookies are too big. I don't like real thick sugar cookies, but I've got a plethora of cookie cutters, and I've got stars, I've got Christmas trees, I've got snowmen, and so it just makes it fun if you do this. And you can have a contest as far as getting your cookies made, and you have to watch them because you don't want to burn them. And I like crisp sugar cookies. I don't like soft, so, you know, if you need them soft, then take them out earlier. I sound like I'm such a cook and such a baker. But, you know, instead of going through the process of waiting the 3 hours while it's in the refrigerator, what you can do is just get the package of sugar cookie mix, and you can get it at Albertsons, or I would always get it at Sam's, and therefore you just add eggs or milk or something like that, and then you can roll it out relatively easy. You don't have to go through that process, but, you know, if you want to, make it from scratch. It's probably a lot better with less preservatives. But then you roll them out and you make the cookies, and then you cook them, and then you have a cookie sheet for this person or this team and a cookie sheet for this team, and then you get sprinkles and you get red hots and you get all kinds of make icing out of powdered sugar, and you can get the colored icing. I prefer to color my own icing as opposed to buying that other stuff that you put on there, but you don't have to have a special device to ice your cupcakes or your cookies or your cupcakes. If you want to make cupcakes, that's a fun thing too. Mini cupcakes, and then MINI, but then you just take a plastic bag and cut the end out, and then you can do it really ever so neatly, and just have a contest. Who can decorate the sugar cookie the best, and then give a prize. Do things that are fun. You guys, don't be so stressed out. That is boring. And, you know, when you're stressed out, it gets on your kids. So let's don't do that. So that's something that you can do. And then you can eat them, or you can decide, okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to have little boxes, and you can have the older kids decorate the boxes and give them to your friends. If they turn out good, of course, you have to taste test them first to make sure they're still good. And then I know one year Pastor Charity had these gluten-free recipes, and we made them, and then they looked kind of pretty. But then we tasted them, and then we threw them in the trash because they tasted terrible. We wouldn't give those to anybody. Even the dogs didn't want them. So, taste your cookies before you pack them up, and give them as gifts, the excess, and that's fun. Or, an idea that you can do is you can buy the cans if you want to, but that you can put the cookies in, or you can decorate the boxes, and then as an act of giving for your own personal family, on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day after you eat, you can take your cookies to the police station, make a big box for them, for those policemen or sheriff's department people who have to work on Christmas Day, or go to the convenience store and take them boxes of cookies so they can have them, those who work on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. And that's a fun thing, and it teaches your kids to give. And make sure, again, that the cookies are really, really good. Yeah, see, what other kind of cookies do I really like? I'm trying to think of, these that we have here, these are cookies with peppermint in them. I'd never had a peppermint cookie before, and they are wonderful. I think they're for sale tonight in the cafe. I don't think they're going to miss a couple for the production team. But anyway, just be creative, whatever you like, and don't make everything chocolate. Okay? Because some of us don't particularly care for chocolate, but make your cookies. And another thing you can do with the sugar cookies is you can color the dough, so you have a red dough and then the regular colored dough, and then make candy canes. That's a fun thing. So there's just a lot of creative ideas that you can do to have fun. And I think we're going to do that this Saturday. We're going to have a baking party, and we're going to bake some cookies. Another idea is to make Christmas stockings. Now, this is good for the older kids, or the older kids can maybe sew them or glue the stockings. And then the younger kids can decorate them with all kinds of things you can get at Hobby Lobby, and you can do that and put the names on it. Or you can make ornaments. That's what I did one year. A neighbor and I, we decided that we were going to have a little sale, and so we cut out felt Christmas trees and different kinds of ornaments, and then we needle pointed different things on there. It took a lot of time for these ornaments to be made, and I still have them. We didn't sell many of them, but they are so cute, and they're homemade, and I wanted to put them on the tree, but Pastor Charity had different ideas about that, but I really like them. So you can make ornaments. You can get glass ornaments and paint them also if you're artistic in that regard. But you can get a lot of different ideas about the Christmas stockings and the ornaments from the internet. Also, if you know somebody who maybe doesn't have a Christmas stocking, you can make them a stocking and then put some little gifts in it and take it to them. That could be a blessing. That could be a gift. That's one to check off your Christmas list, and that would include some of your cookies that you just made. Another idea, which is a lot of fun, and it's kind of old-fashioned, but I've done it before. You spread out a sheet on the floor, and then you buy cranberries and you pop popcorn. So what you're doing is you're getting a needle. This is really for the older kids, and adults can do this. And you string popcorn and cranberries to make a decoration for your mantle or put it on the tree. It's just a lot of fun. And see what you do, whether you're making Christmas cookies or whether you're making ornaments or stockings, or whether you're making these with the cranberries and the popcorn. You put a Christmas movie on, or you put on Christmas music. You talk about Jesus, talk about the birth of Jesus. Just make it fun. And of course, with popcorn, you eat it also, and that makes it fun to eat the popcorn. So that's a good idea. And that's pretty cheap. Cranberries, and you just get the raw cranberries from the store, and that's why you put the sheet down, because they can kind of be get red all over. You have to be wise and don't prick yourself, but that's a fun thing. Also, you can be creative in different seasons. That's really the title of my lesson, and it's seasonal connections. And each one of these ideas is to connect you with your family, or say you don't have natural family that lives here. You don't have blood family. And some of you are saying, praise the Lord, I don't. But you have church family. You have friends that you can invite over. And do it with your friends and your church family. That makes it more fun. So just be creative. Be creative. And, some things you can do with older kids, and some things you can do with the little kids. And you don't want to have the little kids kind of baking and touching the cookies in the oven. They can decorate, but the teens can do nearly all of it. So, gear your seasonal connections to that season of life that these kids are in. You have to change up. You can't do the same thing year after year after year, because the kids will get bored. Another idea is to have a Christmas party. Oh gosh, this is so fun. We would do that a lot when they were little. We would have their friends over. And I guess, back when I was growing up a long time ago, my mother would always have parties. Like, we would have an Easter party, and she would have different kinds of, it was always Hawaiian punch, because it was red. And I don't even know if they make Hawaiian punch anymore, but we had the punch bowl with Hawaiian punch, and then we had cookies, and then we had presents wrapped in this white paper, whatever. And we did that for Christmas. She would do it for Easter. She would always make cupcakes with white icing, and she would put coconut on top that was green. She had dyed it green, and then she would put the jelly beans on top of that. And for years, when the kids were little, she would always call me right before Easter and say, did you make the cupcakes for your girls? The green, the coconut, and the jelly beans, did you do that? And so that was just a tradition that we had, something that we did for fun. But I started having Christmas parties for the girls and their friends, and we would do certain things for them. And then as they got older, and we had parties also. And not long ago, I had parties for my friends. All these years I've been having parties for their friends, so I decided to have a party for my friend. So I invited about 4 or 5 couples over to my house, and I told them, we're going to have a nice dinner. We're going to dress up, and I want you to bring a white elephant gift. You know what that is. A white elephant gift is something that you've got around the house that you really don't want, and so you're going to put it under the tree, and then you're going to argue over it. You're going to choose one and steal something from somebody else. It's just so much fun. So that's what we did. I invited them over. I took pictures by the Christmas tree. We sang carols. We had that catered dinner, because, I'm not going to cook. We had that catered dinner, and it was so nice. I put candles on there. I did do something creative. Put the candles on there, decorated the table table, or maybe somebody else did. But it was just so nice, kind of a formal dinner for just us. No kids, just older adults. And we had so much fun. And then we took pictures, and then we had that white elephant exchange. And if you've never been to a white elephant exchange around us, then you know that it gets pretty, it's loud, and it's just a lot of fun, because I always want to steal somebody's gift. If they found something that they really, really, really like, then they're the one I'm going to target to steal. And sometimes, people are hiding their gift. It's just a lot of fun. So you can do that. That's a good idea. Ship the kids away, cater the meal so you don't have to spend all day in the kitchen, and just have fun sharing and laughing, and of course, with the main thing about Jesus. Another idea, which is really my last idea, and that's why we have the hot chocolate and my whipped cream is melting, and we have the cookies here, is to go caroling. Have you ever done that? Hardly anybody does it anymore, but what we would do, and we would do it mainly with our church family, since we don't have family here, we would say, okay, we're going to meet at this house. Everybody who wants to go caroling, meet at this house at such and such a time, probably the week before Christmas. And so what we would do is we would meet there, and it's cold, and people would bring cookies and hot chocolate for afterwards, because this is serious business. So we would come, a big group together, we would divide up, the kids would go with some adults, and the kids, they were always treated to, people just loved the kids when they came caroling. And some of the adults, we would divide them up in groups, the teens, and then they would go out, and we would say, okay, you go over here on these streets, and you go over here on this streets, so that everybody had an opportunity to knock on the door and then sing Christmas carols. And you try to get the good singers, one with each group. Do you understand? So they're not closing the door in your face because you sound so bad. So we would sing Christmas carols. We would knock on the door and immediately start singing Christmas carols, and they would go and get their whole family to come to the door and stare at us while we're staring at them singing Christmas carols. It was so fun. So fun. And then afterwards, we would all gather back and drink hot chocolate and with lots of whipped cream, and then we would eat cookies and share our encounters and what people said. People are surprised because, I don't remember anybody coming to my house in the last 4 or 5 years, and it's been probably, 10 years since we did that. So I think it's something that you can do as a seasonal connection. Just invite your friends, or invite your Bible study groups, or your book club groups, or your deep small groups. Just have a good time. I'm telling you, it's well worth it to have some cheer during this Christmas season, and to have some seasonal connections. So what I'm going to do is give you a Christmas Carol booklet. And this is going to be a free download, and it doesn't have a whole bunch of Christmas carols in it. But as you can see, it's got Silent Night, it's got Away in a Manger, some of the more popular ones. And sometimes the people at the door will sing along with you. And Angels We Have Heard on High, and then Oh Come All Ye Faithful. You don't have to sing all of these at every door, no, but pick a couple, and especially after you've gone through these, find one that your group really sings very well and go ahead and sing it. But you can download this. You can see it's a free download, and you can print it off yourself, or you can take it to Staples and make it look fun like this, and hold on to it for next year, and make it a fun thing that you do, a connection that you do every Christmas with your groups. And just make Christmas fun. And remember, if you don't have blood family here, you have lots of family here at Choose Life. and you can have lots and lots of fun. So be creative and invite your friends over and just do some of these things. You don't have to do them to the extent that I do them, but these are just some ideas to help you make your season fun. I love you.